What is up, guys? DwkVideos. I make military content put on the internet for you to enjoy. If you want, subscription and other links are in the description down below. If there's any more follow-up information with this case, we will be posting it on this channel. So I know you guys are used to seeing like entertainment-like videos from me on this channel, but I thought I'd use my platform for something a little bit more productive. And that is shedding the light on the Vanessa Guillen case that has been going on for the last 2 months. And weirdly enough, the military content creators on Instagram and YouTube have been shedding more light on this event than major news outlets. So I thought I'd help the cause and just give you guys the breakdown about what's been going on in the breaking news that was just released recently. So if you're watching this, this is probably new to you. But to catch you up, essentially a 20-year-old Vanessa Guillen was working on Fort Hood. She worked in an armory. There was past cases of sexual harassment, sexual assault that she was filing. Whether or not it has something to do with this case, it is something to note because of the main suspect in this case is the person who she was filing these complaints against. But she was last seen on April 22nd, and there's this thing in the military where, I'm not saying it's the right thing, but she was marked here when she wasn't here. And if you guys have been in the military, you know if your buddy calls you, hey man, I'm running late to PT, just say my name. Like that kind of stuff happens. However, it normally doesn't happen unless you actually know the person's okay. You normally don't muster for someone unless you actually know where they are, what they're doing. In the Marine Corps, if you weren't to muster in the Marine Corps, Gunny's gonna have some Lance Corporal banging on your barracks room door. You live out in town, sucks. Some staff sergeant is gonna be tasked with driving to your house and finding you. In the Navy, they do man overboard drills, you know? All the time. So like you wouldn't even fathom about lying about a muster unless you knew where they were, because you're just gonna put the whole ship into a man overboard. And I'm not saying this is the Army's fault by any means. Big Army had nothing to do with this. This was directly in her own unit. The irresponsibility of the NCO who let her be mustered without eyes on her. I'm not saying his career should end, but I'm saying someone should probably sit down with him and let him know the whole purpose of accountability isn't just for like a thumbs up, it's to make sure everyone's okay. But over the last 2 months, this hasn't been getting much light. It's been pushed through social media campaigns by the family and by internet social platforms like Instagram and YouTube from fellow military members. Now, believe it or not, meme pages on Instagram have been shedding more light on this story than national news outlets, which is insane. I would feel like this would be such a prime news story comparatively to all these like health mask concerns, Karens and Walmart freaking out that are making headlines. This is just starting to make headlines, so you're probably gonna see it on CNN, ABC. I know I saw it on CNN this morning, but previously we didn't have a good idea about what happened. It's all just been hearsay. Right now, the criminal allegations against her set by the investigative team have been laid out for news outlets, so I'm just gonna go ahead and share that with you. The attorney for the family said PFC Vanessa was beaten to death with a hammer in the armory room where she worked. An attorney for Guillen's family said on Thursday. Guillen's body was transported from the military installation by her killer, the attorney said, citing details that the family learned from a meeting with Army investigators Wednesday night. The main suspect in the disappearance, which is Aaron David Robinson, the person that was on the thumbnail of this, I'll put a photo up right here, this guy, which is the person that she was claiming sexual harassment against, which, by the way, Big Army was not aware. This was like on a personal level with her. If you guys know all the sexual assault classes we take in the military, I firmly believe the Army would have taken action on this. However, nothing officially was reported. It was just brought up like casually through chain of command, supposedly to this news article. Once the investigation finally started taking off and you've had some like, leads, Robinson, the 20-year-old, killed himself Wednesday after police confronted him in Guillen, basically right outside base, like family housing type area. Killed himself on Wednesday after police confronted him, according to U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Command. While law enforcement agencies attempted to make contact with the suspect, Specialist Robinson displayed a weapon and took his own life. If that doesn't scream guilty, then I don't know what does. Everything in this story is still putting things as like a, like this is probably the person because they want to be safe. The main suspect kills himself. I'm pretty sure it's going the way we all think it's going in our head. Texas Rangers also arrested a civilian suspect in connection with Guillen's disappearance, according to CID. The suspect has been identified as Cecilia with Y, Cecilia Ann Aguilar, the estranged wife of a former soldier from Fort Hood. She is in Bell County Jail awaiting civilian authorities to press charges. Before Guillen went missing, she told her family that she was being sexually harassed by one of her sergeants at Fort Hood. According to the website the family set up to promote the search, the sergeant wasn't identified. Law enforcement has found remains that have been dismembered by machete and then poured concrete on to cover up the tracks, so they can't guarantee that it's Vanessa. However, her family firmly believes that it's Vanessa. Hopefully this civilian that is supposedly an accomplice in this murder speaks out, gives everyone the truth. I mean, you're already gonna spend the rest of your life in prison because I'm pretty sure these charges are gonna stick. So at least give the family comfort and knowing what actually happened to their daughter. But we're standing by for further word from news outlets, and hopefully they get it solved within the near future. Again, I'll be keeping you guys updated, and I'll see you in the next one.